Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Doing a quick check-in with the goaties. Denali is out here enjoying herself. I think she's looking pregnant. My husband thinks she's just fat, so, we'll see. But breeding is proceeding on schedule, we'll call it. Not necessarily as planned, but on schedule. Madam Emma. The rest of the girls are actually in the stall because of the weather. And the weather is actually gorgeous. So it's not because of the temperature or the precipitation, because there is none. It's because of the wind. They're just all in here taking a break from the wind. So you can see that the stalls are plenty big for everybody, right? It's actually a good chance to take it, kind of get in a perspective of how much space they actually have, right? Certainly, yes, this means I could shove a lot more goats in my pasture. Miss Wren came up to say hi, but we won't because I can't care for a bunch more goats. You've got Jacey up against the wall, Persephone all spread out looking like the princess she is, our reserve grand champion. Misty, she has managed to make a mess of her coat already. So we got home from the show and almost as punishment, she was like, I'm just going to make some big knots. And then Lotus and Sock, our mother-daughter pair, actually Misty and Persephone are mother-daughter as well, but these two are almost never separated. One of our old gals, Fanta. But yeah, if you look at the setup of the stall and how, they're laying against the edges because the wind is blocked, right? So if I think about, you step back and you think about where the doorway is, they are not out. They're actually pretty completely protected from it. And then the few that don't mind, my other old gal, Miss Emma. Hi, girlfriend. I know. Wren, who is my pocket baby. And Denali. Denali's actually looking pretty good. She's due for a groom this weekend. And suddenly she's decided to grow her bangs back. Those had been gone for a while. She stopped barbering her coat. Her coat's looking clean. I almost feel guilty. I'm going to have to put her up on the stand and wash her down. Let me get obviously my camera work sucks as I try and move around the shadows. But yeah, she's looking fantastic considering that she hasn't been groomed in about 6 weeks and she hasn't been washed yet. So she's due up on the stand. I'll probably try and get 2 done this weekend. And of course you'll see them in sequence, once a week or so, depending on how exciting everybody thinks they are. But yeah, I decided I was going to come down here and check in on the girls, and all I saw out at the moment was Denali and Emma. Emma, my old gal, you're dirty. You need some cleaning. You've been rolling in the dirt. But instead, I found all the goaties in the stalls. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to give you a perspective that you don't often get. Floor space. I get it, I get this perspective all the time, especially in winter when I check the barn cams and they're all in the stall. But yeah, tons of room. Exactly how I planned it to be, right? Not because I expected to be able to fill it with goats, but because I expected that it needed to be an appropriate size for someone who may want to have an operation bigger than me someday in the future. And now that Miss Emma is eating my clothing, I am going to cut it there. I know, sweet girl. I know, you just want attention. You just want attention. I hope you are having an absolutely fabulous day. I hope your fall colors are as good as ours. I hope that your skies are as clear as ours. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Oh, and we have a surprise visitor. I can't tell which one that is right now because All I see is cat tush. That's Bob stalking something. We've started to get some cat presents again. Summertime, the cat presents slow down a bit. Fall, cat presents pick up. And you can see my pumpkins are still going strong. All right, that's enough. Sorry. Didn't mean to drag it out. Have a fabulous day. Be kind. Bye for now.